Okay. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to presentation about Atatürk University graduate admission. My name is Mustafa Sözbilir. I am the Director of Graduate School of Educational Sciences, and also I'm the coordinator for the whole graduate schools in the Atatürk University. I'm going to give a brief introduction about the graduate admission in our university. Today it will be a short introduction, and if you have any further questions, you can just send an email at any time to admission@atauni.edu.tr email. And also you can use my personal email, which I'm going to give at the end of the presentation too as well. Let me start with a brief guide where we are now in Turkey. This is the map that you are seeing. It's a Turkey map. We are based in Erzurum. Erzurum is the northeastern part of Anatolia, the Turkey. It is one of the largest cities in the eastern Anatolia region of Turkey, and then it is a well-established educational city, in fact, in the past too. So there are several way of connections to Erzurum. There's a very good connection via air fly. And also there's a train lines and also the coaches that you can use to reach to Erzurum. Atatürk University is one of the oldest universities in Turkey, which is established in the Republican era. It is established in the 1957. And it's a land grant university in the Eastern Anatolia, which is one of the first university that established east of Ankara in Turkey during Republican era. And the main campus is in the city center in Erzurum. And it's quite a large campus that we have here. When it comes to the graduate education in Atatürk University, we have 8 graduate schools in our university. You can see the names of these graduate schools. Some of them are relatively small, but some of them are really big. You will see the statistics about the number of students, and then you can understand how big it is. We have 8 different graduate schools. We provide education. Apart from this, there are also 2 other faculties that they provide actually, and specialization education in medical sciences and also the dentistry, which is also a graduate education, but the admission system for these schools are quite different than the normal graduate schools. We have around 7,500 postgraduate students in our university. This graph shows the distribution of the students among the graduate schools. The largest graduate schools in terms of the number of students are the Social Sciences, Graduate School of Social Sciences and Graduate School of Natural and Applied Sciences. And the others like Health Sciences, Educational Sciences and Turkish Research, Fine Arts, Winter Sports and Sports Centers, and Atatürk Principles and Revolution History, the other graduate schools. Currently we have almost around 7% of our students are international students in the postgraduate education, but our ultimate aim in the short time, in the 2023, to increase this number of this percentage to 10% in the short while. So it is quite important for us to have more international students in our campuses. Currently, our students are ranging from 45 different countries in the postgraduate education, but most of those students are coming from nearby countries, mostly from Iran, Azerbaijan, and Syria and Iraq as well. But we also have students all around the world. Majority is also coming from Turkic states and also the European countries and Asian countries also. We would like to increase the number of students as well as number of countries that we have students. We also have students from African countries. So we have also a mission to increase the students from those regions, Asian regions and Africa and Europe, also the America as well. If you look this graph, you will see the distribution of the students among the different types of the programs, like the PhD programs and master with thesis and master non-thesis programs. PhD program, almost 1/3 of the students are in the PhD program, and the rest of the students are in the master program, but majority of those master students are master with thesis. There are master with non-thesis programs, but the numbers are not that high. If you would like to have more information about admission, you can just visit the website admission.atauni.edu.tr website. And also you can send email at any time to this email, admission@atauni.edu.tr. And I would like to just give you a short introduction what kind of programs we have in different kind of graduate schools. Atatürk Principles and Revolution History, just a special institute. There's only one program, provides education in PhD and master with thesis. And the Graduate School of Educational Sciences, we have quite a lot of programs ranging from primary education to secondary education, and also the different aspects of the educational sciences, like the curriculum and instruction, teacher education, and educational management, and counseling and guidance, those kind of programs. And also we have secondary education programs like biology, science, physics, chemistry, mathematics, and elementary education, and social sciences, and Turkish and other education programs too. In the Natural Graduate School of Natural and Applied Sciences, we have several other programs in these programs, but majority of them are in Turkish, but there's also one program which is providing in English. Aquaculture engineering is in English. And you can see all of the list of the programs that is available on the website of the university that I have given you a few minutes ago. In the Graduate School of Fine Arts, we have different programs too as well, like traditional Turkish art and sculpture, plastic arts, music, painting, performing arts. Also the Graduate School of Winter Sports and Sport Science, which is a relatively small graduate school and is opened recently. This graduate school is opened recently, and then they provide education and physical education and sports, physical education and sports teaching, and sports management too as well. And the Graduate School of Turkish Research, which is quite popular among the Turkic students from Turkic states, which is focusing particularly on Turkish research, history of Turkey, and then the Turkish language as well. So there are a lot of international students in this graduate school too. We have one of the other institute that graduate school that we have is the Health Sciences. This graduate school provides education in the different areas of the veterinary sciences and medical sciences, also the health sciences and basic health research as well on this one, which is related to the pharmacology and nursery and medical school, and also the veterinary school too as well. The largest graduate school is the Graduate School of Social Sciences in terms of number of programs and the number of students. We have several different programs in different areas of the social sciences. Majority of them are again Turkish, but there's also a program, it's Executive MBA in Turkish and English, but this provides on a thesis, master without thesis. So this is a distance education and also a master non-thesis program in English. As I said, you can use email admission@atauni.edu.tr at any time. If you have any further questions on these programs, you can just send an email to us. This year, the application process will start in end of August, and then you will be able to apply for the 10 days between August 31st to September 10. And all the application will be online. You will be sending all documents, everything online. And then to see the announcement, please just follow the Atatürk University website. You can see on top of the presentation in all slides. So if you are interested, you can just send us an email, and we will be informing you when the application process has started. But for the next year and then the year following next year, we are going to make the application for the international students open for all year round via the Office of International Affairs. So you will be able to apply at any time during the year, and then the Office of International Affairs will handle these applications. How about the requirements? The requirements are quite similar with all other institutions in Turkey, which is the simple thing that you need to provide your degree, diploma. If you are applying for a master program, you need to provide your diploma for undergraduate education. If you are applying for a PhD program, you need to provide your diploma in master program. And this needs to be translated and approved by the Turkish authorities abroad or inside the Turkey. And we request to see your transcripts, to see your GPA and your record of the marks for the courses. And also for the Turkish programs, of course, we need a certificate. We request a certificate for Turkish, but it is not a requirement at the beginning. You can provide it later on. But for any other programs, you need to provide a proficiency certificate for foreign language, which is English, German, French, Italian, Spanish, Russian, Arabic, Chinese, Japanese, or Persian. But this needs to be, this language needs to be the other language than your mother tongue, and Turkish as well. For these master programs, we request a B1 level in the proficiency of the language, or 50 from the YDS or YÖKDİL examination, which is a local examination in Turkey. If you live in Turkey, you can know it, but you can get a score from any international exam, B1 for master degrees and B2 for PhD programs. This is a compulsory thing. If you are a Turkish citizens living abroad, you need to have also ALES, which is similar to a GRE type of examination, but ALES is not required for foreign students. If you are not a Turkish student, it is not for you. What we request, apart from those documents, we request a research proposal for your intended study. What would you like to do when you come to Atatürk University in your postgraduate education? And also a letter of intention to study in Atatürk University. Why you want to study in Atatürk University? You just need to explain your reason to coming to Atatürk University. And in top of that, we request you 2 reference letters from your former professors that you studied in your universities in local cases. If you are planning to apply one of the programs run by the Graduate School of Fine Arts or Graduate School of Winter Sports and Sports Sciences, they may ask you a portfolio or a practical exam in the programs. This is because a performing program, so they may be asking you a portfolio about your performance in the past. And for the Turkish programs, foreign students applying to the Turkish programs, the programs that the language is Turkish, in order to start the program, you need to provide a certificate in the Turkish language proficiency. But this is not a requirement for the application. You don't need to know Turkish at the beginning. If you are placed to one of the programs in our university, you have to provide a certificate for your level of Turkish. If you don't have any Turkish, then you are able to take a 1-year preparatory class either in Atatürk University or in other universities anywhere else or outside in Turkey too. What we need to do, you need to prove a certificate that you have fluent in Turkish. If you want to study in Turkey or in Atatürk University, the cost of Turkish language class for 1 year is 6,000 Turkish lira, which is approximately 900 US$. Or if you are an Atatürk University student, we provide around 20% discount for this year. It is 5,000 Turkish lira, which is about 750 US$. And the registration fee for the public universities in Turkey is the same, and then the fixed rate, which is 1,548 Turkish lira, which is approximately around 225 US$ per year. So the education language is, cost of education is almost free in Turkey, even for the international students. So students who are applying for programs which is the education language is in English, you need to have a certificate for that you are fluent in this language. And then we are asking B2 level certificate from international exams. Or if you take a local exams, you need to have 70 out of 100. But the certificate of proficiency for foreign language also is not a requirement for the application at the beginning. Once you are placed in a program in Atatürk University, which is the language is in English or another foreign language, you can still register for the university, and then we give you 1 year for get ready for the English language. If you want to take an English language course in our School of Foreign Languages in our university, the cost is around 750 Turkish lira for per 100 hours. So if you need more courses, you have to pay more. If you need less courses, you have to pay less. And when you get accepted to the Atatürk University, you just, you apply for the programs, any of the programs in the university. All the applications are checked for meeting the requirements at the beginning by the particular graduate school. And then if everything is okay, then the graduate school send these documents to the related departments to see your case, and then whether they will make the proposition, whether they will accept or not. So the department will provide the acceptance rather than the graduate schools. But the decisions, the final decisions are made by the board of graduate school. And then the results will be announced online. I think the announcement will be something like mid-September, 15th or 14th or 15th of September. And then if you get accepted, you have to register. The registrations also will be online. If there's an empty place, then there will be a second registration, and then we will close the registration process. So normally the registrations have to be done in person, but this year due to the pandemic, the registration will be online, and it will be done by the graduate schools. If you want to have further information about the graduate schools, you can just visit the link that I have given here. And also, if you want to have more information about admission procedures in the university, you can always visit admission.atauni.edu.tr website. And then you can see the menus over there, the graduate education or undergraduate education or the other issues too. So that's all for me. And if you want to write, you can also send an email to my personal email as well. I will be happy to answer your questions at any time. If you have any questions, you can just ask me right now, or you can send an email later on. And thank you very much for your interest. I'm just stop sharing here. If you have any question, you can just send a message or in the chat section, or I can just let my colleague Pınar to follow up on the next presentation. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. I am Pınar Uçak, I'm responsible for Erasmus Plus program in Office of International Affairs. And we have many different exchange opportunities here in Office of International Affairs in Atatürk University. So today I will be talking about exchange opportunities in Atatürk University once you start studying as a full-time student at our university. So there are a couple of programs which are funded by European Commission and which are also funded by Turkish Higher Education Council and the university itself. So we have joint graduate programs with Malaysian universities, Erasmus Plus program with European countries, and Erasmus Plus with other partner countries like United States, Russia, Jordan, Taiwan, and so on. And we have one of the international but national program, Mevlana, and we have European Voluntary Service, bilateral agreements, summer school programs, winter school programs, PAX program with Taiwanese universities, and education abroad program with American universities. So let me show you the distribution of international students in our university. We have over 3,000 students, international students, right now on our campus. So you can see the country range in our campus. And all of our international students have the right to attend any of the exchange programs at Atatürk University. And we have more than 300 memorandum of understandings, I mean agreements, with over 60 countries all around the world. So you can see some of the countries, I mean the diversity of the agreements. I would like to give some information about the main programs in Office of International Affairs. One of them is Erasmus Plus program. Maybe you have already heard about the program. It is a European funded program offering university students studying or doing an internship abroad for a period of at least 2 months and maximum 12 months per cycle. Per cycle means for bachelor, for master, and for PhD. As I said before, international students can participate in this program, and students should meet some program criteria to realize this mobility. And students are granted according to their duration of stay abroad and country of destination. And you can see some of the program countries that we can exchange students. Turkey is one of the program countries, so we can exchange students with these mentioned countries. Also Albania, Algeria, Bosnia, Jordan, Kosovo, Russian, Taiwan, and United States. And the grant variety, actually grants are varied according to the countries and the group of the countries. If we have an agreement with a European university, then that means we can send our students to study there. Or if we have any internship opportunity, then we can send our students to do some practice at these institutions. Also, students can have their internship in companies, in factories, in NGOs, in any other private institutions or public institutions. So it's quite a big program. We also have Mevlana Exchange Program. Mevlana Exchange Program aims to exchange of students between the Turkish higher education institutions and higher education institutions of other countries. It is funded by Turkish Higher Education Council. Students should meet program criteria to realize a mobility in Mevlana, but Mevlana do not offer any traineeship mobility, I mean internship opportunity, so you can just study abroad for 1 semester or for 2 semesters within Mevlana program. Students are granted according to their duration of stay and country of destination as well. And I would like to give some more information about one of our national exchange programs. Its name is Fuarı. Fuarı allows students to study in a different higher education institution in Turkey for 1 or 2 semesters. It is also funded by Turkish Higher Education Council. Of course, our international students can participate in the program. Students also should meet some program criteria for this program as well. Students are granted according to their duration of stay. And if we think that Turkey has nearly 200 higher education institutions with private institutions as well, Atatürk University has more than 100 bilateral agreements with higher educations in Turkey. These are the overall information for the exchange programs. We are always here to help our students, both international and whatever, you name it. And you can send an email to us about learn more detail about these programs. Erasmus, Mevlana, and Farabi email addresses are always active, and we are always happy to answer your questions. That's all. Thank you for participating. If you have any questions, you can just ask here, or you can send us an email. I think there is a question. Thank you. Thank you for participating. Thank you again, and have a nice day all.